Okay, I'm going to show you another weird fly, but another easy one to tie, and one that we have found to be very, very successful. It's a streamer pattern, naturally, with this size hook. This is a number 2, 4 extra long, maybe a 6 extra long hook. Can be used also. But this fly is called the Playboy bunny. It got its name from kind of odd circumstances. It has been passed down, from tire to tire. It came to me from Joe Burke, but it came in a different pattern. I didn't have the materials he had. I added my materials and added the name to it because of the materials I added. It was first a steelhead pattern, up in Oregon, Washington, and that's where Joe got it. He incorporated it in the Snake River area in Wyoming and had really good luck with it. He brought it down on the green one day, and we tried it there, and it was phenomenal. It had a marabou tail at that time and glow bug yarn for the body. We have switched. We've made crystal chenille part of the body and rabbit for the tail. Like I say, it's a very simple pattern, and we'll get into it now. We need to put a coating of thread on because we need it to help anchor the lead we're going to put into it. We start the lead, maybe slightly past halfway back on the hook. Wrap it tightly. You have to make sure that you leave plenty of room for the head up front. So we've got roughly half the hook coated in lead. And then I'll always cinch it down. I think a 3/0 thread is one of the best ones you can use on this. Maybe a size A would work really well. Okay, now we've got that cinched down enough. It won't go anywhere. Now we'll put the rabbit on. I always just put the rabbit slightly behind the hook, the lead. We'll place it on, cinch it in. We don't want a big bump or anything up over the lead, so tie it behind the lead. Now another thing I have done, I like this big long hook for one main reason. I don't use the whole hook. I leave a little bit back here for hooking qualities because you get a lot of short strikes on streamers. Instead of getting a much bigger hook or using a tandem hook, I just tied the body of the hook a little bit smaller, and I seem to have luck doing that. Now another thing that we learned is going around just the material. When we get back to the back, it helps cinch it in so that it won't slide out when a big old brown or rainbow grabs it back here. Okay, now that is all we need for the tail. We'll get basically the length. You really don't need as long a tail as you might think you need. Slide our scissors in here and cut it nice and short. See, our tail is maybe about the same length as the hook shank, and that's exactly what I like. Okay, now we're going to tie in a couple of hackles. I tie in two just to have the thickness. I like them really moving in the water to help accentuate the rabbit. So I find, and it is a white hackle, sometimes can be kind of hard to find, but the one good thing about the hackle I like for this, we really like the webby hackle, stuff that'll really move in the water. We're not trying to float anything. We want it to absorb the water. We want it to wiggle in the water. Okay, now we'll tie I'm going to move back up to the front of the lead. I'll tie this crystal chenille. It's a pink. You can use a darker pink. You can use any brand that you want. But to have it be the Playboy bunny, it's got to be a pink. Wouldn't be the Playboy bunny if it wasn't. Okay, then we'll just kind of twist this and wrap it forward. Really just a form of a woolly bugger. Tie that off. Got it. Notice I've left plenty of room for a big head. We need that in streamer patterns. We get both of these hackles wrapped in there. It can be fairly loosely. They don't need to be tight together. But we do want this webby stuff incorporated into it. I have enough room up the top. A lot of times I'll go around several times to build a collar up here. I've got plenty of them. I get a full wrap up front, pin them down, and tie it down. Clip those out of there, pull them back, make a head, nice big red head. I've always liked a red thread for my streamer patterns, just to create kind of a semblance of the gills in a fish, or the red you see up around the head of up around their head. It's a very simple pattern. It's a super effective pattern wherever we've used it. I guess it was a good pattern for the steelhead. It became a great pattern in the Snake River area, and now it's just a lot of the guides down our way on the Green River. It's their favorite pattern. I heard that a well-rounded fisherman, Paul Brune, took it snook fishing with him one time, and when they ran out of flies to try on the snook, the pattern the guides had, they used the Playboy bunny and just nailed them with it. Give it a try. It's fun, it's easy, it's cute, and it does the trick. The Playboy bunny.